This week's lab is about lists. Before we go into that, let's have a talk about the assignment. Assignment 1 has just been released and it is due in 3 weeks. Ideally, last week, you should have already done the classes, fields, constructors, toString, and the help menu. This week, we cover lists, and next week you can work on the more advanced features. Today's lab, lists, is critical preparation for the assignment. Let's have a look at last week's lab, and the key component of that lab was adding cash to the cash register. The products sell method actually returned the amount of money earned. When a method returns something, you can store it into a variable. So here in our store sell method, we call the product.sell method, and then that returns a value which we store into a double called money. Next, we can use the cash register.add method with that money. So this week there are a couple new patterns about lists. There's the lookup and match pattern, which together allow you to iterate through a list and search for a single object that matches some criteria. There's also the find all matches pattern, which, as the name suggests, allows you to find multiple matches of something that contains that criteria. There's also patterns for deleting things. So if you want to delete one thing, you can use the delete a single match pattern or delete all matches. Let's go through some examples. Here we're entering a single student ID and then printing its mark. So this would be the lookup pattern. Here we're deleting one student, so this would be the delete a single match pattern. Here we're entering an ID and then we're updating their mark. So this would be still the lookup pattern. Here though, we're entering in a name and then we're showing all the students with that name. So this would be the find all matches pattern. And here we're deleting multiple students that have 0 marks. So this is the delete all matches pattern.